All right, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Deadman's Tome podcast with your host, Mr. Deadman. And this is no ordinary episode. You see, this is judgment. You see, we have the author, Chris Roy, who stands before the Honorable Judge Deadman, answering to a number of crimes, horrible grievances towards humanity, defended by Bo Chappell.
Yes, I am here, and I'm here to defend this man. You denied our change of venue, which I'm not happy about.
I denied your change of venue, sir, because here in the court, fuck all, and town, fuck you. You don't get that say. You hear me?
A man deserves a fair trial if he doesn't deserve a trial at all.
And that's why you answered, to give him that fair trial. So here you are.
I don't see a jury.
Oh, we don't need a jury for this.
Stuff.
We don't need it. Oh, you're coming in with all those technical things. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? Huh?
And you keep talking. I'm going to free this man. You watch.
Okay. Look, I need to say something.
Let me go ahead and answer. Wait, hold on. Before anyone talks, I gotta pay tribute to Wild Turkey. Come here, Wild Turkey. All right. Now, I'm sorry. You were gonna say something there. Little.
Yes. I would like to point out a few things. Get on record from the start here. Okay.
All right.
First of all, okay, this is fucked up. I'm just going to say that. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm innocent. And, I have a question. Was that Perry Mason music or Law and Order? What was that, counselor? Coming onto the show there. Who had the lawyer music?
I think that was your counsel. I think it's because he has a sense of humor about the whole thing.
Okay, and he was like, I'm going to get to that. I think we need to take that out of my retainer because I did talk the judge out of fining you, by the way, and I think we should take that out of your feet. Mm-hmm. Judge, what is that? You have a Yeti container on the bench, and there's wild turkey in it. Is that grounds for appeal already?
No, sir. If Jesus can get away with having wine in his blood, I can get away with having wild turkey in my Yeti cup. You understand here. Here in this court, it is what I say when I say, which is why I was 10 minutes, 15 minutes late, and y'all can't say a fucking thing about that.
It's happening.
Which, by the way, here in this court, I'm going to go and pause real fast. Got some announcements to make. For the meat grinder there, I'm just going to say the name and say how many reads you guys have. All right? Straight from the top. In the lead, Servani, 226 reads. She is way in the lead in non-comments. All right? Renee, 49 reads, 1 like, 4 comments. Amy, 59 reads, 1 comment. Lisa, the Mistress Rosie, 15 reads, 1 comment. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I thought Lisa would know the right people to get ahead in this game, but I don't know.
How much more time they got?
Oh, they got until the end of August, sir.
Well, it ain't over till it's over.
No. Lisa could be a sleeping giant. Now, Servani, she has won twice before, and I think she has an advantage. Being, I don't want to reveal, but yeah, I think she knows how to do this game. Anyway, so those are my announcements. Do you have any announcements? Anything you guys want to plug? Do you, Chris Roy, have anything you want to announce that might be able to give you funds to pay for better counsel? Not that I have anything against your public defendant or anything.
Anybody that likes crime and horror short stories can look up on Amazon my collection. Her name is Mercy. And follow me on Twitter at author Chris Roy.
Oh, you'll be crying mercy here tonight, son. You'll be crying mercy because I have crimes I can't believe you committed. I can't believe it. Anyway.
I can't wait to hear these.
Oh,
Guilty until proven innocent, huh, Judge?
that is absolutely correct there, son. We think this is America?
Yeah, that's the official version, but in reality, it's you're guilty until proven innocent. This is a Southern court.
Yep. All right. What about you, Bo Chappell?
Well, I have my usual year 47 children's book. Once you get to know me.
Book. Oh, how?
Yes,
how
sir.
Cute is that? Plugging a little children's book here in the courtroom. All right.
Halloween's coming back around, and I just got picked up on the Grey Rooms podcast, which is coming out very soon.
Nice. All right. Well, with that out of the way, let's get right into it. So,
All right.
Chris Roy, the reason why we don't have a prosecutor here in this court is because the prosecutor is unfortunately drunk. But because the prosecutor is the state, and like I said, this is the town fuck all, the court fuck you. Did I get that confused? It's okay. I got my wild turkey here to set it straight. I will be acting as both, and there will be no appeal. You could try. But I pay my dues to Mr. Trump, and I'm making sure that he has us covered. So, with that said,
that makes sense now. Okay.
I heard.
I get it. I understand now.
Now, the first charge I have here, and I can't believe this happened. You stole Aunt Betty's car and drove her vehicle into the community pool.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I have an eyewitness.
Your horribleness.
Aunt
Who the
Betty.
hell is Aunt Betty?
Aunt Betty. She's like an icon.
Who's Aunt?
She's like an icon of the community. Okay, everyone
Is this your Aunt Betty?
No, it ain't my Aunt Betty. It's what we call her.
Is this the drunk prosecutor's Aunt Betty?
No. It's
is this your Aunt Betty?
Oh shit, we were getting a caller, guys. I think we're getting a caller. Let me see if I can
Already
take this.
Maybe this is the aunt.
Maybe it is the aunt.
This
Love
might be
to
Aunt
talk to
Betty?
her.
Yeah, well, let me
This
see if I can answer this.
90-year-old woman.
Oh, here we go. Let me answer it real fast. One moment. I'll put you guys on hold.
Was it?
Hello there.
Good evening. Is this Mr. Deadman?
This is Mr. Deadman. That is right.
This is Troy Lynn. How are you this evening?
I am doing fine.
I understand we're having a judgment with Mr. Roy this evening.
That is absolutely correct. That is correct.
And what is the current jury reading at the time?
The current jury reading is, well, let's just say the jury's out right now. We're kind of going through the list of heinous crimes, heinous offenses that he has committed. We're going through the first thing, which is him stealing Betty's car and driving it right into the community pool right when about, kids could have been in that pool. So it's going to be great. I could try to add you to that call. Let me see if I can do that. One moment.
Do you need a wit?
Oh, do I need a witness? Oh, I would love to have a witness.
Like an eyewitness.
Well, I have an eyewitness that testified in, let's just say, private. But if you have testimony, that would be great.
As to the car?
As to
the green theft?
Yeah. Chris using unauthorized use of a vehicle, of Betty's vehicle, and driving that said vehicle through the fence of the community pool and into the water of the community pool.
Okie dokie.
Do you know anything about that?
Well, yes, sir, I do. I happened to be in the car with Mr. Roy just moments before he mistakenly hit the gas instead of the brake and smashed into the fence before he went into the pool. I was able to get out of the vehicle before said incident.
I see. So you were there.
But I take the fifth. I take the fifth, though.
Oh! Don't worry. I will honor that. I'll make sure you are anonymous. But thank you so much. Now I'm going to have to go back to them because it is a very important court hearing, and because a man's life is on the line here. I'm sorry.
Now, may I ask you just a private question?
Oh, sure. Go right ahead.
This voice that you're using at the moment, is this related to the character Matthew McConaughey played when he played Newt Knight?
Really what it is my Southern accent's so messed up because how many times my dad beat me with a belt when I was younger. So sometimes it slips in and out from this to something kind of like this. I don't know. And
do you know what movie I'm speaking of? Which movie I'm referring to?
You're talking about the one where he was a lawyer, right?
Yeah, in the Civil War. No, the one where he played Civil War, where he
Damn, I can't think of that movie. I can't think, and that right there is a crime. I can't think of that movie. That is a crime.
You know what I'm talking about? Which one I'm talking about? Matthew McConaughey played Newt Knight in the Civil War.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look up that movie.
You sound just like him in that movie.
I see.
You sound just like him.
Well, let me
you
go ahead.
Really well. That's where I thought you got it.
Well, thank you. All right. Well,
and by the way, Chris Roy is related to Newt Knight. Just in case that's a little, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just in case you want to know about that.
All right. Well,
his great grandmother, his great grandfather was a knight. He's related to him.
I see. Well, ma'am, I thank you so much for this information. I'll make sure you are anonymous, and I will go ahead and address them. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Oh, I am terribly sorry, guys, gentlemen. I am terribly sorry. Bo Chappell, Chris Roy.
So who is that on the line?
Well, it's someone that wants to be anonymous, okay? But she has informed me of some details that kind of put her in the car when Chris was driving it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So she was in the car. And Chris got in the car, started driving the car, plowed right through the fence, and right into the community pool. Which I have to say, gentlemen, that was during operating hours, and there could have been a kid in that water. You know what I'm saying there? So I'm saying,
we're going to need some details on this new evidence. You can't just throw evidence and then not allow us to go over it, as we were put in the dark audibly.
Oh, well.
Where is the witness? Let's put them on.
Oh, you guys are treating this like it's some sort of typical U.S. court.
I want some actual evidence, Mr. Dreadful.
Well,
okay, verbatim.
Here's what we have
this witness say?
What I have? Oh, verbatim. Something
is
about
it a failure to communicate?
Something about yes.
All right, John. All right. What the witness said was that she was in the car when you stole the car and you drove it into the pool. Now, she might have said something about wanting to plead the fifth and all that stuff, but we're not gonna pay attention to that.
Well, there's got to be other evidence. I mean, today's society, everybody has a damn a video camera in their pocket. I mean, surely there's some teenager somewhere or a couple of them that see me driving around. If I'm going to steal a car, enjoy a ride, and drive into a pool, then I'm liable to. I'm going to pop wheelies and cut donuts. I may have my naked ass hanging out the window. I mean, somebody had to get video of this. I would have done something to draw attention.
You have anonymous eyewitnesses. And apparently, you just had another eyewitness. When eyewitness testimony is notorious for being terrible.
Well, now, I hear what you're saying there, Chappell. I hear what you're saying. But this person, I understand, and I am aware of them studies. Now, you might think I'm some sort of ignorant Southern boy here, sipping on some wild turkey, trying to represent law that don't make any fucking sense. But let me tell you something. I understand them studies. I read them studies. Hell, I even wrote one of them studies. I can't tell you which one, but I can say is that I know the eyewitness testimony is horrible. And I wouldn't just take any eyewitness testimony. But what I am taking, she was in the car. You telling me a woman can't identify a man that was sitting right next to her? What are you saying? Women can't see? What are you saying? That women can't see that far? Are you some sort of misogynist?
Are you very familiar with how familiar are you with Chris Roy? How familiar are you?
I am familiar enough with to see that he's standing right there before me.
Could you
Judge, we're gonna
describe
have
for me
to send your way?
Describe to me comment. What Mr. Roy looks like?
Why, he looks like a white guy, skinny and white, short hair.
Boy, you just described, I don't know, a few millions of U.S. citizens.
You're asking me to go
down there.
You're asking
Are
me
you
to go
wearing shot glasses? He's wearing shot glasses.
Object. Okay, hold on here. You're asking me.
Object.
Yeah, object. Hold up here before I hold you in contempt. See, now you're being silly with me. See, you're asking me silly dumb fucking questions when he's standing there right in front of me. I can see what he looks like. Are you saying my eyes don't work, son?
You can't readily describe what this man looks like. Are you telling me that a 90-year-old woman and another woman who refuses to identify herself put him in a car that could have no possible evidence in it because it's been soaked and saturated in chlorine water, sir?
Bo, I think that he is the witness. I think that secretly he
is the witness
and talked to himself and actually talked to himself, had a conversation because he is Aunt Betty. He is a 90-year-old woman. Under that black robe behind that bench sits a 90-year-old woman.
Now hold on, guys. You guys are roasting me right here before me as if I earned some honor here, because I tell you what, here in this courtroom I'm going to get them honor, because at the end of this, a man's going to hang today, and it's going to be you, Chris Roy. You be laughing. Because here, from this, we're talking about unauthorized use of vehicle. We're talking about malicious property destruction. We're talking about child endangerment.
And we're talking a man that you can't put in that car 100%.
There's video surveillance.
And Judge...
There is. Oh, no. Now you're just making stuff up. I have the court case right here in front of me. There is no video surveillance on this case.
If you look underneath, there is a camera footage shows the same driver.
Footage from another crime that we have yet to talk about. You just said that they couldn't produce any sort of evidence whatsoever. They were just sitting in the car with him.
No, there is footage.
You want to try that again?
There is footage at the community pool. They have closed circuit cameras there. Okay,
I'm sure they do now.
And they show the vehicle going through the fence, going into the water.
I'm sure they do.
So
now,
how that happen?
I'm sure that evidence will turn up after this case is over.
The evidence is right there. Fine. The evidence is right there. It's right there in the case file.
It's right there in your mind. I got it.
Judge, you're not going to hang me today.
If you want to move on to the next charge.
Oh, I will get you. I will hang you so hard, man.
No. If there was a jury, that would be hung. Well, stop looking at me down there. That's not hung either, Judge. There's no hanging today, sir.
Oh, you got them gay jokes right now. Oh, you throwing them around? Man, this is 2018. You can't be making them jokes. Shit. Okay. So what are you saying? You saying you don't find this guy guilty?
Not on this case. No, I don't. If you want to move on to the next one and try again, we can do that. You still got two more, I believe.
But I can't believe
there will be no plea bargain.
I can't believe you are discounting the testimony of a 90-year-old Aunt Betty. I could get her on, but she doesn't have the muscle strength to come into this courtroom.
And she also doesn't have the eyesight to dial anything.
Oh, what?
Come on.
Then again, she did say it was a black man. I thought I didn't want to say that because I thought it was kind of racist, Aunt Betty. She was always kind of she would always kind of use those epithets.
Could it have been a white dude like dressed in black with black gloves on, black ski mask? Maybe to play a prank on Aunt Betty, knowing that she can't see very well, knowing that she would say some kind of borderline racist as that. And I will filter you guys the words she used. Even at 90, she is very vulgar. So it's.
Can I say, after everything is said and done, I commend you for your honesty in admitting your mistake.
I don't.
Oh, we still got 2 more. Let's just move on.
All right. Let's see. Oh,
throw this one out the window. Let's do it.
No, see, I'm not good with that. I'm going to get you. Here we go. There is another charge here. There is another charge. An officer arrested you for what? Running a meth lab in an abandoned Toys R Us?
Yeah, I have a few questions about this one, too.
Okay.
When was this alleged arrest?
A meth lab in Toys R Us. Okay.
Was this recently?
It was recent, sir. It was recent. This was
as of what?
It was like within a few months. It was within the Toys R Us being closed down and getting out of town because they don't have the money to keep up and operating. And here we have.
See, that's kind of fishy because you said it was an open Toys R Us, not an abandoned one. We kind of need a date. If you could give me a date, sir.
Sir, it is an abandoned Toys R Us. I'm talking about what the police records said. It is an abandoned.
Yeah, so you should be able to give me. You should be able to give me a date, right?
All right,
that'd be good.
Let me bring you the date. Let's see. That charge happened August 1st, sir.
Okay. An open Toys R Us on an August 1st.
Not open, sir. An abandoned one. An abandoned one.
It doesn't say that in the file. It says it's a running Toys R Us.
There's nothing in that file that says it's running. It's an abandoned
August
Toys R Us.
1st of what year?
There's nothing in that that says it's abandoned.
August 1st of this fucking year, motherfucker. Man, I swear, Christopher, you got some smug attitude. I'm going to make sure you fry.
Watch your mouth, Judge.
You're going to pay for these crimes.
Everybody should watch
so
their
if
mouth.
I'm in Toys R Us,
you see
I'm in Toys R Us, and am I picking up a package of meth, or am I actually manufacturing methamphetamine?
Sir, yes, these kids.
Hold on.
By the way, all Toys R Us were closed at the end of June.
Chappell.
I'd like to point that out.
Chappell.
Yes.
Your client. Get control of your client before I do. I will hold him in contempt so fast. His head was.
It's best to just keep calm, play the game.
Okay. Look, I'm just going to go ahead and admit my guilt in this here. I was, in fact, in Toys R Us August 1st, but I was not manufacturing methamphetamine. I was buying something for you, Judge. I have it with me now. Would you like it?
Sir,
is a giant Toys R Us bag. It's a sack full of glittery dicks, you son of a bitch. I was not in Toys R Us.
That's it. I swear, I will leap over this.
We're doing so well.
I will jump over this goddamn desk. And I will beat the. Sorry. Let me.
Can we at least pretend that this is a court? Can we not do that?
Let me do that. Let me go ahead and sip some more wild turkey real fast. Okay.
Yes. Everybody, calm down.
Get your Yeti, Aunt Betty.
Got to get this. Got to become the liquor.
These children. How old were they? I'm assuming juveniles, correct?
Here's the thing. What's about this crime? You're failing to understand. An officer arrested this man for trespassing and possession of controlled substance with intent.
No, kids were arrested, given a name. That's where I would like to lead this, and I have where I'm going with this. I know where I'm going with this. We're talking a couple of juvenile kids, correct? They got picked up.
We're talking about little Billy and little Sally. They're icon kids in the neighborhood, okay? They're like 8-year-old and 9-year-old. Everyone knows who they are, okay? They might be related
And
to...
where did they
they're
get
related to
the
Aunt
name?
Betty. They're related to Aunt Betty, okay?
Of course.
They're her grandchildren, okay? Iconic. Lovely little kids. And they pointed out, if you did your homework, son, and actually read the case file and the police report,
well, I did.
Well, I'm sorry. Maybe I spilled too much liquor all over. I don't know. Look, the officers found them. They had backpacks full of meth.
Yes.
And they ratted out your client. They said it was Chris Roy. Chris Roy gave it to us. Okay.
And now they were doing this because they were going to get in trouble, right?
Well, of course. That's how it works.
Yeah, no, not necessarily, because they would have been tried as juveniles, where there would be no need for plea bargaining or naming names. It would be talking down a sentencing. They could have walked away with a simple slap on the wrist if need be without giving a name.
They could have, but what they did instead, the officer was like, "Look, kids, where y'all get this from? What's going on with this? Like, how did you get all this bag of meth?" And like, "Sir, it was Chris Roy."
Is there any chance the officer on trial was related to Aunt Betty as well?
No, the officer's not related to Aunt Betty, but it's a small ass town. The officer's like kind of married.
Were you
the
family. Officer?
No, sir, I was not the officer.
But
the officer just so happens to be my brother.
Ah,
but I don't see how that. I don't see how that's relevant here in the small fuck town.
Conflicts of interest. That's pretty big. I would need to. Is there any way we could get him his testimony about how he, or perhaps the children?
Yeah. I think I could work on getting him. Let me see if I could do that real fast. Are there any other questions you have about this particular?
Well, I wanted to speak up on my behalf here in regards to Toys R Us and involving kids in anything. I like kids. I wouldn't get them on drugs. And so the last time I was there, I did see kids, and I seen them there with their family, and I actually had a conversation with one, and we didn't exchange any drugs. I didn't teach him how to sell or manufacture methamphetamine. God damn it. He was asking me, he was wanting to learn some new words. He had a question about these big words he was learning. And he was there with his mom and his sister and his little brother. And he said, "What's the difference between potentially and realistically?" And I told him, go ask your mom if she would have sex with Brad Pitt for $1 million. And then go ask your sister, ask your brother. Come back and tell me what you learned. So the little kid runs off. He asks his mom, and she tells him, "Yeah, absolutely. I could use the money for the house, put you kids through college. Yeah, sure." So the kid goes and tells his brother the same thing. "Would you have sex with Brad Pitt for $1 million?" He says, "Do you know how much $1 million is?" "Yes." And he asked his sister, and she's like, "Oh my God, I love Brad Pitt. Yes." And so the little boy comes back and tells me all this stuff. And I said, "Well, did you figure out the difference between potentially and realistically?" He said, "Yeah. Potentially, you and I are sitting on $3 million. Realistically, I'm living with 2 hookers and a queer."
What is going on? I'm losing my control here. It's slipping.
I don't know.
That's what I got. That's my experience.
We were doing so well, and I'm starting to think
glittery dicks and that. And, that's what I think about. That's my respect for your
I'm
court,
sorry.
sir.
I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is I'm losing control over my connections here. I'm trying to get the officer to respond and come here. When I say get here right now in the courtroom, I expect her. I know y'all were probably expecting him, her to get here in this courtroom right the fuck now. And here we go. Here is the officer that arrested him at the scene.
Your brother.
Well, it's my brother, but he likes to identify as a she, okay?
Hello.
That's fair enough.
That's her right there. You hear that?
Hey.
Hi.
I need some help here.
So, apparently...
I do too.
Yeah, so Do y'all
You
have?
sound so familiar. Do you do any voice work?
I don't know about that. Look, I understand that for this, I'm not going to say my brother, but I understand that this officer might have done some work on the side. I don't really know, but I do know that if you have any questions, she might be able to answer.
All right. Is it just going to be yes or no?
No, we can see. We can see what happens here. Come on, I'm not going to take a yes or no. Come on.
So, the kids gave you the name directly, Chris Roy.
Well, did they?
God, no!
What the fuck?
Now, see, I don't really need to do anything else then.
Now, that was
that
compelling defense.
Yeah, that's, I'm done. So, you want to just go ahead and move to the next case?
Yeah, we win, you lose. Thank you for that.
No further questions.
Son of a bitch. You fucking bitch, brother. You get the fuck out of this courtroom. I swear to God. I thought we had this thing in the bag. You told me everything was going to be okay. You told me you had this. You told me you were going to keep it cool. Keep it cool.
Whoa!
I don't understand this. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, shit.
So about this stolen chicken.
Stolen chicken.
A stolen chicken.
Stolen chicken? You're accusing me of stealing a chicken?
Not just
Now,
any chicken.
A whole chicken?
Okay.
No.
And?
Look, you were arrested for robbing a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but what did he walk away with?
He walked away with the merchandise. He walked away with chicken.
Like a whole chicken? Or just...
No, like all their chicken. Like their frozen fucking chicken that they keep in the back storages.
Now, see, all their chicken arrives fresh. They don't keep anything frozen.
They keep it frozen. And it was on a Sunday. He had to break in to get it.
There wouldn't be no chicken. They don't keep frozen. It's not part of their... It's not part of their operations.
Hold on here, sir. Are you telling me they don't have any refrigerators to store the chicken that they don't cook? Are you trying to tell me that?
Well, they keep it cool, but they don't. But they keep fresh. But have you ever been to a Chick-fil-A and they've ran out of chicken?
Sir, I'm not talking about that.
I've
never been to a Chick-fil-A where they ran out of
several
chicken.
times.
But I am saying that we have an officer saying.
Yeah, stop right here. Was this officer your brother?
No.
Okay. Was it Daddy?
No.
Was it the children?
No.
Was it that cool, crazy motherfucker that was just on the phone?
No. This was a totally different officer, okay? This was one of our highest... this was the chief of police. He arrested him. So you could tell
Commissioner
me...
Gordon?
Actually, I have been arrested by the chief and the sheriff.
See, look, your client just helped me out there. Thank you. Thank
you. But I don't remember any
he's
chicken.
on file. He never said... And that's where we're going to go with this. Because, let's face it, everybody knows these claims are just so you know that you should just throw all this out. But
what's happening here?
I'm going to give you the satisfaction, sir, of both parties winning.
Oh, and how's that? How are both parties going to win? I have an electric chair that needs some use, and I'm gonna fry him over chicken. I will fry him over chicken because I tell you what, here in the South, if you steal some fucking fried chicken, you're getting fried, son. That's what happens here.
Well, yeah, that's what you get hanged, dude. Is your chicken? Go choke your chicken. Hang that motherfucker.
That's right. That's right.
Fucking wild.
I'm not one to exchange of. Y'all can continue forward, but I give you this: a plea bargain.
A plea bargain. And what kind
Plea
of plea bargain is that?
If you agree to drop all of these charges and let him live, because you know you can't win this anyway, my client will agree to a real crime that he committed and confess to it.
Oh,
on
shit.
An actual crime.
Hold on here. Before you do this, I gotta ask: are you expecting a little cut of the kickback I get when he's put in jail for a little bit?
Oh no! I'm distancing myself immediately from all of this.
Oh wait,
afterwards.
I should have muted him real fast. Oh shit, I'm terribly sorry. But yep, that happens every time someone's thrown in jail. There's a little kickback, you know.
No, I'm
a little cut.
I'm a pro bono.
Hey, I know what that means.
Now
That
you're
means
pro bono?
I'm paying you.
I have no money, and I don't want any. And again, distancing myself, because let's face it, there's been a lot of weird things said here tonight. That
like what? Like what?
The long arm of the law is going up your ass.
Holy shit!
Well, see, this is what I'm talking about, and I'm going to distance myself immediately. All you have to do is agree to this plea bargain to drop all charges.
I hear that.
Oh,
for an actual confession.
Son of a bitch! I'm terribly sorry. It sounds like my brother is still trying to get into the courtroom.
Tell me about it.
I'm terribly sorry, guys. I'm terribly sorry. But
this may bring in viewers.
Okay,
let's set your brother up for a date.
Let's do a we could do that. Shit. Now, anyone?
I'm sure there's somebody to call in.
Anyone interested?
She sounds so familiar.
She is a hottie. I would
Judge. I think both.
I think so too.
Oh no!
Deportation starts now.
Oh shit!
I'm not ready for a relationship, sir.
Oh okay.
Fucking foreigners.
Oh shit!
I'm from South Carolina.
I'm sorry. My brother gets a little carried away.
Fucking immigrants.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't. Oh. This is awful. Just take the plea.
Desist, damn it!
Oh shit!
They have medication for Tourette's, I think.
Brother, chill out, man. Chill out. Get the fuck out of here.
Sure.
All right. We're done with that. Get the fuck out of here, I swear.
Man, look.
But yeah, let's talk about
by the way, Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. Yeah, that's
what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying. The biggest crime about this was the fact that you had to break in to do it, on the fact that they're closed for Jesus and prayer. I'm more offended that you broke into the place. And the reason why they're closed is for Jesus time, son. And you went in there and you broke in like you did not care.
All of this does not matter. Just take the plea.
You had to bring Jesus into this court. This court, really?
Son, the reason why I'm drinking wild turkey so much is so I can make sure my blood is as intoxicated as Jesus. I want to make sure people drink out my blood and get a kick. You know, now I think about it, that don't sound very biblical to me. That don't sound very Jesus-like to me.
Nothing.
It sounds like you're drinking wild turkey so you can get closer to Jesus. Does that help you get closer to Jesus, buddy?
Son, it definitely does. I tell you what, and let me, Bo Chappell, let me consult the wild turkey real fast. Let me see about this plea bargain. The wild turkey says yes, we will consider. All right, what is this plea bargain?
Okay, just to get this.
I already agreed to it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, to get out of this court, and I feel my neck's constricted. I don't know why. And you're looking at me like that it's evil, and you brought Jesus into this too, man, and that's not cool. So I'm ready to just do a plea bargain.
All right, sir. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So, what is this real crime you've committed? I should have done your background check.
Now you accused me earlier of stealing a car. I did not steal that car, but I have stolen a car. cars.
Oh, shit.
I'll admit to one of them. I will admit to one of them. If you will agree to throw out all this other.
All right.
bullshit.
I could do that.
Charges.
All right. Well, tell me about this this theft that you've done.
Okay. So, I gotta tell it. So I'm sort of defending myself here too, because I did in the end attempt to make it right with the person I sold it from. It was from a girl named Stacy that I was in automotive mechanics class with in high school, and well, she just happened to have a car that a friend and I needed. We went to a rave party in New Orleans one night, and on the way home, his car broke down.
I'm sorry, son. You said a rave party or a rape party? I'm sorry. It sounded
irrelevant. Irrelevant, sir. It was a party.
It was a party. Okay, I just want to make sure, because I want to make sure you're speaking correctly, because I don't want to go down on the on the transcript as anything else. All right, so it is a rave party, or doesn't matter. It's just a party. All right.
It was a party,
Gotcha.
and it was an older model Honda Prelude that broke down on the way home. We nearly made it to his house, and it broke down. So I said, hey, you know what? I think that I can go and find a car just like this one, same color, same make and model, and steal it. And then I know how to flip it. I could change out the VIN numbers, the speedometer cluster. We can change out the interior, wheels and tires, whatever, door locks, ignition, and hey, you'll have a clear title and the keys to it. And so he thought it was a great idea. Very common car, black Preludes, and and we went and drove around and found one, and it just happened to be not too far down the road, other side of town, and he looked out for me while I went and used a Slim Jim to open the lock of the door. And it didn't take me very long to take the ignition apart. I had experience as a mechanic working at junkyards when I grew up, so I was really good at this sort of thing. And so I took everything apart, so nothing was damaged. And in just a matter of minutes, I was driving away. And so back at his house, I switched out the ignition, door locks, trunk lock, speedometer cluster to show the mileage. I used a little hacksaw blade to cut the VIN plate off the dashboard, and we JD welded that back in place. We took his VIN numbers and et cetera off and switched them out. The VIN number sticker on the driver's door, switched that out. Done deal, man. The interior was the same color. He paid me $200 and gave me the old car. And so I had parts to sell. He sold that car a few months later for $2,000, and it was probably worth about $2,500, I guess.
Well, now I want to know who this guy is. More information there, because if you give me his information, well, damn.
Okay, so his name is JP, and he is.
Is he related to Aunt Betty now? Is he related to Aunt Betty? Because if he's related to Aunt Betty, he might be one of my cousins. So I got to make sure.
Well, this guy was, he kind of liked older chicks, man. Yeah, I think about it. And, so I'm not sure about that. I haven't been in touch with him for a while, and this Aunt Betty chick's new to me, so he may, they have a thing. But, man, you know what? This girl, Stacy, who owned a car, she came to the county jail. I got arrested for something else, and my buddy JP did as well. And she heard about, we were probably the ones that stole the car. She came to county jail and confronted JP. He denied it. And she did not see me. I'm not sure. I don't remember why. But she confronted me in 2015. And I admitted to it. And so, I'm a completely different person now than what I used to be back then. By the way, this is in 1999. And no, you can't fucking prosecute me for this because the statute of limitations are up, so haha on that. And you took the deal already, so I'm just telling this and I'm gone, dude. But so she and I are actually becoming really good friends now, and it made a huge difference in my life having made this one thing right. You know, I've fucked up so many things and fucked over so many people doing that sort of thing, and I've made this thing right, and it's really a good thing.
Well, that is fascinating, son. So you stole a car, is what I'm hearing. Well,
yes,
I think here in this court, that means you're doing life. I mean, I don't see any other way. Me and Wild Turkey say you're doing life for that, unless your counsel has something to say about that.
I just said I wouldn't get him killed. He's not going to die tonight, so.
Well, okay, I agree to that. Give me a life sentence. I mean, what's one more life sentence?
Oh, shit. Wait, I really should have done a background check. Holy fuck, are you...
Probably should.
Holy hell. Son of a bitch.
You should fire your drunk prosecutor and your negligent court clerk.
You've been already doing time for crime?
Whoever else is hanging your 90-year-old Aunt Betty panties on your clothesline, you should fire them too.
Wait a second. If you're out of doing time for crime, how the hell were you even arrested at Toys R Us?
That's what I've been trying to tell you, man. So I just played along with that to see where this went, and all your quote evidence was bullshit. It was bullshit. You know,
well, I'm looking at a police report right here that has it, but I mean, what the fuck was all this shit about?
Bringing down a corrupt judge.
Bringing down a
go. You're done, son.
Look, you know, my books are selling a little bit, but they're not selling that much. If you expected me to pay you something because you think I'm like a best-selling author or something, you fucked up. I'm broke as shit, man, and I'm sitting in a prison cell. So yeah.
But here's the thing. You do more writing than some of the authors that are on the outside do.
That's another.
That is true. I write my books on my cell phone, my contraband cell phone.
That's right. You do. And well,
here's what's going to be super embarrassing.
Oh, and what's that?
You've had him on the show twice.
Yeah, I had.
That was a guy named Jesse. This is a guy named Judge Douche. No, what's her name again?
Hey, you watch your mouth
Jesse
there,
was cool.
son. I'm taking this.
He's
plea.
already behind bars. He's already done it.
I'm taking this plea. You can't
Judge
disrespect the judge
Canoe.
like that. I could still hold you in contempt.
Judge
Chappell, you control your client there.
Shit weasel.
I can't. He's in prison.
Yeah, you're a sausage wallet, you cocksocket.
God damn it. That's it. I need to get my brother over here. Let's see if my brother can come over here.
Sure.
All right.
I've had enough racism today.
I'm a police officer. Watch it.
There you go. Now you have to answer to my big, tough, transgender brother. You like that shit?
Police!
You left out racist.
That was, that kind of sent some chills down my spine. I'm sitting my ass down.
Whatever.
Yes, it's yours.
Yeah, well, check this out.
The law is not on your side.
That's right, son. Because we're gonna
talking
find a way
to you, Judge.
Oh, my brother wouldn't be talking to me like that. Hey, bro, you're not talking to me like that, are you?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
You got the right to die!
Oh, fuck. She's going to be shooting up the place.
You want a bullet in your ass?
Oh,
not there. The scars wouldn't tell a good story right there.
This has been a thing.
Well, I have to say, this probably has been the most embarrassing court I've ever experienced in my life. And you know why it is? I should have had more Wild Turkey in me. Oh, Wild Turkey, come here. I am the liquor.
Oh, I thought he died for a second.
Hey guys, what's going on? I hear the court session's over.
Yeah.
Well,
that was short lived.
Judge.
Man, I thought it was supposed to be a longer show.
Yeah, Judge Sausage Wallet was. I wasn't impressed.
No, he was supposed to go hard and go all the way and get intense, but it's like, I don't know. It's like he was already on board with. Well, it's actually like you realize the sentencing was kind of bullshit, you know.
That was actually the coolest judge I've been in front of, and yeah, I gave him a hard time, but in other circumstances, I would want to go and put on my shot glasses with him and look around and have a sip of Wild Turkey.
Yeah,
seemed pretty cool.
Well, and Bo, to answer your question. This officer of the law, you probably heard her voice. You played Grand Theft Auto 5. That's the officer of the law. I was there. Right there. Yeah.
You and your kind will never win.
Yep. Racist as ever.
Deportation starts now.
Yeah, you need to get a Jim Cummings voice out of there.
Yeah.
He has some of the best lines in that game.
He does.
As a cop.
That would be too noticeable.
His voice is too recognizable.
Oh, man. But I hope everyone enjoyed the show. It's not necessarily over now because there's still some real facts, real things to talk about. Because the reason why we're doing this is because, hell, I know it's kind of like, it's about prison reform, and I took it like a comedic bent. Went kind of maybe a little too far with it. But the whole idea is that, these charges, how absurd they sound, they could have actually got someone hooked and booked. A lot of people don't. That is true. A lot of people don't have a defense, and their defense that they get isn't. Oh, I speak with Of course, you tell me your experience, Chris. But from my experience, when I talk with clients that are in jail, they're like, "Man, I've been sitting here for weeks, and I haven't seen the judge yet." It's like, okay, and we're talking about things for possession, child endangerment, and. It could have been anything like trespassing and stuff like that, and still they'll sit there in county and they won't see a judge until whenever they fucking feel like it.
A person, it can be a guy or a woman, can get arrested for something really simple, marijuana possession, for example, and then they sit in jail and they lose time at work. They may lose their job. They may lose their family. They may lose everything for something so simple. And then they may not even be guilty of it. And so the only thing that happened was it put money into the system's pocket. It destroyed a life to advance the career of an officer who had some self-serving paperwork, lawyers who get to create a deal and get a guilty verdict or get a win of some sort. And it's just, man, you're right. It's there's so many errors and faults in the system. I've experienced that in so many different ways over the years. In the county jail it was more obvious because I've seen it firsthand going from the jail to the courtrooms, and I get to see inmates, people are arrested. They were still in pretrial. They were going in front of the judge, talking to their lawyers, and I got to see what kind of lawyers they had, and it was all just a show. The better performers in the courtroom, they got the better deals. They convinced the juries. They schmoozed the judges. The guys with the public defenders, they were looking at getting a lot of time if they wasted the taxpayers' money going to court. So they were forced into deals that were terrible. And they, in my situation, I was arrested for capital murder. I was convicted of murder. They tried to say there was a robbery involved, that we intentionally set this guy up and took his drugs, and it was a fist fight, man. And there wasn't any weapons or anything, but I've seen a lot of charges similar to mine that were, capital murders, but these were blatant robberies. Guys walking up with pistols and shooting others in the face and taking their stuff. And then they got their charges dropped down, and because they had lawyers. They had good lawyers, or they had different judges too.
And
that made a difference as well.
It really wasn't until I ran into you where I really had to sit and think about whether or not the actual sentencing really fit the crime. And really, because no one ever really sits down and go, okay, wait a second. Is there a difference between murder and murder? Because all murder is wrong, right? Take a life, you do the time, do life. Take a life, do life. But what, and this is a crazy question, not really what is the value of a life, but like let's say if you're like a 17-year-old and you take out another 17-year-old, but let's say that 17-year-old is also, let's say, in the criminal element, slinging dope or whatever he's doing, and it was, whether it be a fist fight or, you shot the guy or whatever, or something else happened. It was when you were 17, and let's say you're like 35 now, or 40.
I'm 37.
Okay, so in your case, 37. And, actually, here's the other thing. And the murder wasn't just any random murder. It was, let's say it was like, in your case, a fist fight, or let's say someone was like, you know what, I'm going to take out that guy because it's competition, or X, Y, and Z. And it was like you targeted him. To me, that's different from someone who targets, let's say, kids. It's different from someone who targets, like, just anyone and everyone. It was a specific person. It was... Now, of course, once again, it's wrong, and I have to say that because, I feel like, man, I'm going on a crazy road here. It is a crazy road, kind of, but there is something to it. There is a difference, and
there is. There's no. It's talking about like, different people charged with the same thing. The sentencing is rarely the same. There's really no such thing as equal justice or equal punishment. There's too many variables. Every case is very different, and you got to think about: did the lawyer do their job preparing for the case? Did their investigator prepare for the case? Did they get all their witnesses? Did they get everything prepared for trial as best as they could? Were they able to? Were they sick? Were they drunk in court that day? There's so many things, and then.
Could happen. Hey.
Is the judge a moody old bastard that drinks wild turkey? There's so many things that can change, overnight, and makes a huge difference on trial day. And so,
it really does.
Did the public defenders get their family to talk the guy into taking a plea bargain? That happens an incredible amount of times, and that's not fair. And they tried to do that to me. They had my dad, my mom, my aunts come and talk to me, telling me I'm going to get a death penalty, that I need to plea out to a life sentence. I'm like, hell no! Who was telling you this stuff? I'm going to.
Oh man, you're breaking up now.
And so,
okay, sorry.
But there's no such thing. They got this task force in the state now in Mississippi that's going into different files, different cases, and trying to see if there was equal time for the crimes, across the board, across all the counties and that sort of thing.
That's nice, but you know what? I would rather have that task force go to some place like, let's say, like California, or like, I'm sorry, it's just because I've been really looking into like the whole like pedophile ring thing in Hollywood. And this kind of goes into what you're saying about the sentencing. What's crazy to me, and this is just absurd. This gets me hot-blooded like nothing else. That someone could perp on a kid, and let's say they have money. Let's say they are a director or someone or a producer or whatever, and they have a lot of money, and their time is pretty much nothing or non-existent, and someone could sling dope, do some time, or even kill someone to do life. I'm like, what the fuck? What world do we live in? Man.
This is a good state for a task force because of the Mississippi laws are extremely harsh.
Oh, I bet they
they're
are.
lenient
Southern
in California in comparison. Yeah.
I mean, Southern laws
actually,
are not
there
nice.
was-
Southern laws are not nice at all.
Jones Day firm out of California had a big win, and it affected the state system. And there was like tens of thousands of prisoners released. This was some years ago. That was a big thing.
Okay, that's
yeah.
good.
We would like
That's
to see
good.
them come here to Mississippi. That would be great.
So, what does your council think of this?
Oh, I don't even know what to say about this type of,
Oh,
yeah, I can only speak about it from the outside. I mean, you both have experience from it from both sides, so it's I don't know what I could add without just sounding like a complete,
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting topic. It's sort of one I kind of fell into through having Chris Roy on the show. Every time I have a guest on the show, it's like I am introduced to their world, and I learn a little bit more about them and what they do, what's going on, and it's like it becomes. Well, you watch a lot of geek stuff, and I do too. I don't know what I'm looking for. There's like a show I'm thinking about where it's like, or maybe it's a video game like Mega Man. Like every guest I talk to, like a part of it becomes me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
that's definitely Mega Man trope.
Yeah, like so I never thought about prison reform until I talked to Chris Roy. So now it's in my mind.
Let me give you guys an example of one of the biggest problems in Mississippi here regarding prison reform.
Okay.
Let's say that all three of us have a life sentence. Bo, you have a life sentence. You were sentenced to life before 1995. Jesse, you were sentenced to life after 2014. And, of course, I was sentenced in the year 2000. All right, the difference is, Bo, you were sentenced at a time when life sentence carries parole eligible after 10 years. Same with you, Jesse. The law changed in 2014. So since you were sentenced to life after, you get parole in 10 years. Me, that 19-year period in between, I was sentenced to a law that gives me parole eligibility when I turn 65 years old. And so it doesn't matter how old you are. If you were sentenced during those years, you're not eligible until you are 65 years old. I was 18 years old. I got to do 47 years until I'm eligible for parole. That means I'm going to be in here a long time. Jesse, you'll go home way before I will, decades before I will, even though we were sentenced, both convicted of murder and sentenced to life. And I would.
That's all I have to say about that. About me. Sorry.
That is one of the biggest problems here in the state. There's a lot of guys in the system that are sentenced, convicted of murder and armed robbery and sentenced under that particular code. And if they were to make it retroactive, well, they would have to explain to the public why they suddenly released hundreds of convicted armed robbers and murderers. And they don't want to do that because they're making money off of us being.
Yeah. That's real fucked up. That's really fucked up. I mean, that means it's not the same. You're right. It's not the same. It's a different type of life for different people for the same crime, and what's the point? And my thing is what I said before last time is if people really think it's about rehabilitation, shouldn't it be designed from the ground up to rehabilitate instead of just house and warehouse until they do their time and then they're released and they're just as fucked up, if not more, because of what they've gone through? I mean, hell, you said something earlier, which I don't want to really reveal unless you want to, that was like, holy hell. If you were in the inside, you could still get fucked up and shoot up stuff or get high on stuff. It's not like life really changed except for behind a bar. Well, more than that, but I mean, you don't learn anything. It's not like you're like, the point of doing time and doing prison is to learn something, learn from your mistakes. What are you learning?
Well, right now, where I'm at, there are no educational programs. There's no rehabilitation. There's no corrections.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if education's really the thing I'm looking at, but
yeah,
there's a lot of this stuff they talk about in that documentary that Survivor's Guide to Prison. that Danny Trejo produced, and we're talking because he's notorious for having a criminal record and the way he reformed, obviously, turned his life around. About how he basically had like a 1 in a billion chance of something like that happening to him.
Yeah, it depends what facility you go to. Yeah. And it really, your crime and your time decide which facility you go to. Some are much better than others. They introduced a House bill about 4 years ago that would save taxpayers a lot of money. They're supposed to start basically putting people where they're supposed to go. I mean, they were just, they didn't really do it. For so many years now, they just throw guys together, and there's no real classification. I've been on the zone with a bunch of guys with life sentences that had, some terrible crimes, and then there's, a quarter of the population walking around all a short time. This guy I'm looking at this guy next to me. He goes home in a week. What the hell is he doing in here with me?
Yeah.
Okay, and you got all these and these guys come into prison. And they get an environment like this where everybody's doing hard time. They got a lot of time, terrible crimes, and they're not playing around. And so they end up getting more time because they get in fights. They get put in situations that they don't want to be in. They got to do stuff. They get some more time. There's guys in here for drugs, that they shouldn't be in prison. They should be in some kind of drug rehabilitation.
Yeah, that's what they talk about.
And that stuff,
that sort of thing,
And for those crimes, like let's say like drugs, like even let's say having possession, even selling, those sorts of things, I'm like, okay, maybe you could do time and learn from it. But there's certain crimes that I'm just like, there's no learning. Like, hear me out. Like, the reason I was talking about Hollywood and the whole pedophile thing is it's not just them. You hear about pedophiles like throughout the whole country here and there. But every time I hear about one of those cases with some dude or some chick perping on kids, I'm like, there's no learning from that. They did that. They actively did that, and they're fucked. Like, to me, and maybe it's because I'm a parent. Maybe it's because I work with kids. But if that sort of person, I want them eliminated from this fucking earth. You hear what I'm saying? And I'm like,
if you study the psychology of those people, then that sort of behavior, the way that the person is socialized to behave that way, it's highly unlikely their brains would unlearn that behavior.
I'd rather have you free. And I say that in a way. I hope it doesn't sound disparaging, Chris. But I would like, let's say I look at your sentencing and the reason for it and all that. I'd feel more comfortable with murders that murdered when they were 17 and it was a targeted thing. It was because of a work-related thing or something, whatever. Maybe there's a criminal element, whatever. They did their time, they learned. I'd feel more comfortable with them walking out, having done time, than would someone who purpled kids.
Here's a point on that. Okay, guys that go to prison for violent crimes, if they're 10 years later, if they're still if they have a record of violence in prison, well, then they're probably going to do violence when they get on the street. Yeah. We're talking about child abuse. Well, there's no kids in prison, so you don't know.
Yeah,
if they were around kids that whole time, then you know if they had a record of still, abusing kids. Wow. So yeah, you don't know.
Well, the point is that inside they don't have the facilities to identify people with mental illnesses. They don't have the facilities to, it's nothing. And they don't have the facilities to, as Chris was saying, to, actually delegate who goes where and for what, because most times percentage rate of people that go in, come out, they're going to go back in again.
Yeah.
But they're going to be better criminals when they get out because that's all they're offered. It's kind of like the argument with public schools about how there's just not the right tools and assets there to be doing what those places were built to be made to do.
You know what this kind of reminds me, Chris and Bo? We talk about prison, and I said this before on the podcast, where it's kind of like adult timeout. Someone does something drastic, something horrible, and you're like, you need to be removed from society. You need to go into the corner and do your time and learn from it. But it's like it's designed as if there is no learning from it. You're just taken out of society and forgotten. Like, bye.
That's it. And again, they bring it up in the documentary. There's no.
Wow.
That's all it is. It's just a timeout, and also in some cases a use of free labor, essentially.
Oh shit! That's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
that's a whole other thing. Which I could. Oh, you imagine
again? People, Survivor's Guide to Prison. I believe it's still on Netflix. I'd really give it a watch. It's really good.
But it's
very
true,
interesting,
man. It's
and
true.
it just changes your whole aspect of.
Whenever I see like the garbage
your whole perspective of. I don't even what's going on there.
Oh man, that's a whole shit ton of stuff. But you're right about the virtually free labor because they don't have to pay minimum wage. They pay them whatever they want.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of big corporations that buy into prisons for the cheap labor and stuff. And so prisons are kind of they have incentives to keep people there longer than they should be, and to maybe bring in more people, and maybe cut down on the cost of the things inside. So to skim more off the top, like you watch Shawshank, and then you like Shawshank's not that far fetched.
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, people are products of their environments.
Exactly.
And that's really the case here. We're very social people. You get put in an environment where there's a lot of crime and everybody's talking about crimes, and that's a good thing in here, by the way, with most guys. And so you gotta kind of get in where you fit in, and so you don't want to stick out, and you find yourself in situations that you could never imagine doing things you never would have thought you'd be doing. And it's okay. It's accepted behavior in here, and that's how it starts, and it just progresses. And at some point you realize, you know what, I've turned into a real shitbag here, and and so I try not to. As a matter of fact, I don't judge guys in here for the criminal things they do and the drug use and that sort of thing. I used to do all the same stuff. But it's, as far as like a survival guide to prison, it's an awareness thing. It's, studying, people before they go in, their behaviors and what they do while they're in, what happens when they come out, and being aware of that, having a presence of mind to say, okay, this is the person that I was before I fucked up. Now I'm in this place and I have to be this person. Now I don't want to become this. I don't want to be this person. And you have to constantly tell yourself that in here, and keep your eye, on the person you want to be. It's very difficult to explain. It's like me. It's like somebody in the military going to war and coming back and telling you all about it. They can talk to you until they're blue in the face, but you've never been there. So you really, you could say that you understand, but you don't understand. People that's done hard time in prisons, years in prison, then they can talk about it until, you write 5 books on it. And guess what? You still don't really get it because you haven't experienced it. But awareness is a vital thing to survive in prison and not becoming more criminal.
Makes sense.
I need some wild turkey.
Well, like I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm looking at this also. The only thing I really relate to it that's close is, when I used to work as a residential treatment center as a mental health tech, the clients there, they're not doing time for crime, but they're definitely doing time because the school system placed them there because of behavioral problems, and they have a chance to correct their ways, go on a better path. I mean, we're talking about teenagers, It's, they still have a chance to do right, if you will. But in that system, what's really different, though, especially in that facility, is while there was an element of peers putting pressure on peers to do wrong or to get into stupid shit, especially gossip and drama, because it was also a school. And let me tell you, most of the blow-ups, most of what we called code greens or psychiatric breakouts or whatever riots weren't really because of staff. It was because of really just drama shit between the clients that had nothing really to do with anyone else. And it's like, really, this is over. This is over because someone called you an N-word. It is because someone called you a cutter. Someone made fun of you, and now you want to like flip the shit, literally throw tables around, and you're a 300-pound, 6'3" black woman who's 14 but looks like she's a full developed woman and storming through the place, and it takes 4 guys to tackle you down because you're some sort of behemoth. I don't know what produced this person. I saw her mother, and I was like, holy shit, this came out of you? I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, she was 14 years old, and she was like 200 pounds. She was taller than me. I couldn't take her down by myself. I done once, and that was only because she was heavily medicated. You had to tackle her like it was like a football round. You had to tackle her like bam around the chest and bring her down. That's not a sanctioned restraint. That's not what they teach you how to do. But that's what you had to do. And then you kind of like...
Yeah, so it's a no-win situation. If you take her down and hurt her, well, you just hurt a 14-year-old girl. If she gets out on you, she actually takes you down, yeah, haha.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. And that's what's funny about that environment. Up in the front office where everything's all nice and stuff, to be like, oh, but she's only 14. And I sat there at the same table looking at them. Have y'all seen her? She's not just 14. She's not your average 14-year-old. Get that out of your mind. And I'll talk that funny business. I was the head tech on that unit. And I swear there was one night, it was actually day shift, where she had a freaking table leg because, I don't know why, but she had a table leg and had nails in it. And I was looking at this other guy. And all we had in this facility was our bare fucking hands, man. They didn't give us chemical restraints or anything. I was looking at the other guy. He was an ex-cop. So he knew things, restraint things. I was like, okay, you knew things. So you taught me some things. We're both going fucking crazy, looking at each other like, yeah, we're gonna fucking take her. We're gonna take her. We're gonna fucking do this. But there's some other people on that unit that are like, you don't want to do restraints around because for you say like political reasons or just saving your ass reasons. Like, all right, we'll back off. You guys talk. But really, the more important thing we're talking about is the element there didn't necessarily promote like criminality. But yet it happened. There are some people that like wanted to just be dirtbags or learn to go on a wrong path, if you will. And I don't know, but it also had a very supportive staff. It had staff that cared to educate and rehabilitate. I don't know. Maybe if prison had that, maybe it would be different. I really think it would be different if prison had that. But I just don't think people care.
There's a ton of young guys in here. I've actually mentored many guys in here, mostly in boxing and fitness and that sort of thing. My thing with that is, I tell guys, you learn discipline. You need discipline in your life. You learn it with exercise, so that carries over into all other areas of your life. Exercise is so important to the mind, and it's huge in here. And so, I mentor guys in fitness, and I see incredible changes in them. And most of the guys that I mentor, they're young and they've been around nothing but knuckleheads their whole lives. They're knuckleheads themselves. They're very disruptive. They're always in trouble. Some of them are violent. And if they're around me for long enough, or if I'm around them long enough, there's a significant change, and it starts with them dedicating themselves to fitness.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be fitness necessarily, just a discipline period. But I've seen some real changes in guys, and it doesn't happen overnight. And my point is, troubled youth out there or anywhere, they don't have mentors that they look up to, that respect them, and that put an effort in there, and not just go and talk to them one time and that's it. It's got to be done on a daily basis if possible. It has to be a constant presence in their life. And that's the only way they're really going to learn anything.
That's true. That's true. Well, hey, Bo.
Mm-hmm.
So we're coming towards the end here. I do like to end on. I'm not sure if you've seen any recent horror films over there. And
what have I watched recently?
What about you, Chris? I mean, do you have any way to watch films like bootleg stuff? Like, is there someone like bootlegging an iPod out of their ass or something?
That's
I'm just. Hey.
I watch.
Before you go any further, before you go any further, I know you're on a phone that you get from questionable ways. That this whole time talking to you, I'm just like, you're not. Let me just put it this way: this whole time talking to you, I'm thinking of that scene in Pulp Fiction where he's like, I had to hide this watch on my ass, or Christopher Walken was talking about hiding the watch up his ass.
Okay.
2 years.
So I'm an escape risk, right? Yeah, I'm an escape risk, and I'm actually on a daily shakedown list. They come and check my window every day. They shut me down. I got ratted on here recently.
Okay.
And
shit.
This ice addict wigged out on ice and he got the damn superintendent over here to personally shake me down. K9 unit, everything, come here, tore my shit up. And so I have to be vigilant.
They're fucking you up, man.
I have to keep one ear, open, one eye at the door here, and I'm on high risk. I've been on high risk since 2005, my first escape, and so I'm doing all this in a, it's not a low stress work environment. I'll just say that. So I got, next to me here, I got a big tube of ointment and some plastic wrap, and I'm ready to hide my phone, instantly.
I see. Ladies and gentlemen, this Deadman podcast. I ask the hard questions, I ask the hard questions and I get the right answers. You hear what I'm saying? But I know how to ask it and not sound like an asshole. See, Christopher Walken, that was the thing. See, Pulp Fiction. You know that scene. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? That scene, Pulp Fiction? No?
Yes.
Okay, you do. Okay, good. All right. Well, okay. So, yeah, horror films. I'm sorry.
I just want to clarify that I was joking. I have a great hiding place, and it's not in my ass.
Oh shit! God damn it! I thought we had something. Oh fuck! Oh, guys, ladies, gentlemen, he might be bluffing. I don't know, but anyway. So anyway, horror films.
Me, I like my favorite. I always say 28 Days Later.
That's a good one.
I like the blend of it. Them turning the whole genre on its head. It'd be more about the drama of the people than just basically reinventing the whole thing. Plus, I love Danny Boyle. So
yeah. What about you?
I still wish they finished that third one.
Horror movie. Horrifying video I've seen in recent times was the Baby Shark Dance video.
The Baby Shark Dance video.
It's a kid thing.
Wait a second. Are you talking about Baby Shark?
Baby Shark, yes.
The song Baby Shark.
It's a bad time to be the song Baby Shark. I'm like, damn, it's a terrible time to be a parent. That thing's out. Just it'd be horrifying to see that video over.
My kids are into Baby Shark. They listen to that every morning.
Yeah. Oh, it sucks for you.
It's so catchy because it's in my head right now. Baby.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the same one. They listen to. They watch it on Hulu. They watch the or not Hulu. Amazon Prime. They watch the Pink Fong one or whatever. But let me play it on YouTube real fast. So that way you know what we're talking about. This is for the people who don't know what we're talking about. That way they know.
I can't talk horror movies. I really don't watch them. I do have an app called Showbox that downloads stuff.
Okay, this is not. They watch this one, but this is not the one they watch every day. It's like the basic one.
Baby shark do.
This one?
That's it. That's it.
I'm already over it.
Oh, no. You got to listen to the Pink Fong one. The Pink Fong one is like even
Yeah.
better.
See, that got stuck in my head. A friend of mine introduced me.
The Pink Fong one is better. It sounds like a dance. Here we go. Pink Fong. Pink Fong. It sounds like a fucking dance. Here we go. Ready? They know how to do this shit. Ready? Here we go. Sounds like Jaws. Here you go. Yeah.
That's the one I heard. That is the one I heard.
It is so fucking catchy. It's all my kids sing right now, and they're only 4 and 2.
Oh, yeah, that would drive me nuts.
It drives me nuts, but at the same time, it's funny. It's so fucking funny because the shark are running away from the fish at one point, and I don't know, it's just silly.
Somebody asked me in an interview here recently what would be, my personal hell or something like that, and I answered, listen to Baby Shark.
A really good one by the same people is there's a one where they're talking about like lions and marriage or whatever, and like the female lion makes this crazy woo sound like you're having it's all titillated. Anyway, yeah, but
so
if you have kids,
getting some ideas for a new children's book, huh?
Yeah, that'd be great. I actually been wanting to do a Deadman's Tome children's book. Maybe Baby Shark would be it. The real Baby Shark. Baby Shark. Yeah, just fucking eat you. Just eat you. Eat you, kids. Oh, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I thought Baby Shark.
I don't have a response to that.
Yeah. Oh man.
He was all prepared to go in depth, analyze the horror movie thing, and then we go. Yeah, sorry, Bo, I took that in another direction.
Well, my answer. Well, talking about horror movies, my answer would have been about the same. I'm a huge Halloween guy. Halloween's like one of my favorites.
You can't argue with that one.
But in the remake, I'm interested in that. But to me, also, I said it before. It's kind of reminds me of another H2O, just done again. But
I trust it because you're writing that movie, don't you?
It looks like it's being done better, though. It doesn't have a rapper in it. Just filling the rings for some reason.
Danny McBride is one of the writers on that film, right?
Oh, yeah? Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's why I'm like, you know what? It's probably going to be good.
Yeah.
Because, that fine line between horror and comedy.
Yeah.
Plus he's at that right age of that generation.
I'm kind of thinking it'd be so funny, or not funny and fucked up, if they have it to where Laurie Strode goes so psycho over Michael, where she accidentally harms someone who's not even Michael, like shoots a kid or hurts a kid who's just wearing the mask. Like she goes too far, right? It almost like it writes itself, like she would do it,
She did do it in one of those movies.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's
she cut off that paramedic's head. Spoiler alert. But not really, because that movie's 20 years old. So.
Yeah.
Have you seen Night of the Living Dead, the classic?
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorites.
Of course, yeah.
John Russo. You familiar with John Russo?
Yes.
Okay, so check this out. This is really exciting for me. I organized an anthology with a writer friend of mine, Andy Rausch, and we have John Russo in it. He's going to have a story in there. I believe there's 17 authors.
And you're talking about the John Russo, the film director, and all that.
Yes,
screenwriter.
Yes, the John Russo. Right.
That's
Night
crazy.
of the Living Dead. Yes, the horror legend is. I'm going to be in an anthology. He's graciously going to allow us to reprint one of his stories. And he's an old guy, so he didn't email like a Word doc. He sent snail mail a paper copy, and that was cool.
Plus, he has like a cameo in that movie too, don't he?
I'm not sure.
I think he played one of the zombies. But, of course, they had that paper-thin budget. I think everybody played a zombie. So.
The anthology is called A Time for Violence. Andy named it, and he's the one getting these big names. But, yeah, he and I are organizing it. Most of the authors I've gotten are indie. Tom Vodder, Elko Ray, Tony Knighton, Greg Barth, T. Fox Dunham, I know you know that guy, Mark Slade, of course myself and Andy, and let's see, we got some other big names as well. 3 of them co-wrote with Stephen King, 2 of them this year.
Yeah.
I would have to, let's see, we got Max Allan Collins, who wrote the Quarry series. The Cinemax show Quarry.
That I'm drawing a blank on. No.
Yeah,
it's an excellent show. Anyway, that's where I was introduced to his work, and come to find out it's a classic from the '70s series. And
Gotcha.
It's a Vietnam vet comes home and becomes a hitman.
Gotcha.
But anyway, he's going to allow us to reprint one of the Quarry stories in our book.
Cool.
But everything else is going to be brand new work, including mine. I got a horror story I wrote that's going to be in there called Waste Management.
Oh, okay.
And there's some terrible shit.
Oh, damn. All right. I'll look forward to that. Well.
Near to the knuckle, we are publishing.
Well, we are at the end of this. I hope, ladies, gentlemen, if you made it this far in the judgment episode, had the drunk judge, honorable Judge Deadman, been able to argue his case is better, it probably would have, the judgment part would have lasted longer. But these charges are pretty absurd and pretty crazy. And also, Bo Chappell is one hell of a defense attorney.
It's my one and only
Yes,
case.
Yep.
And I'm retiring.
You won, actually, would that be considered one case or 3 cases you won there?
Let's be fair. Let's say one.
One case.
They were separate charges.
You handled that kind of like what's his name? What's the Daredevil guy's name? You know his name.
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock. You're like a
Avocado
fucking yeah. You're probably blind over there, probably ass kicking a bunch of ninjas.
I wish.
Yeah.
There was some Saul Goodman in there too. Probably some Lionel Hoods.
Yeah.
Saul.
Well, man,
Saul Goodman.
That was a password of mine one time. Better call Saul.
You made it this far. You pressed the hard button. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You press the hard button. If you're listening on Spreaker, if you're listening on YouTube, press that like button. If it's on iTunes, I don't know what they have. Just leave a comment, I guess. But, yeah, thank you. Take it easy.